LAPD today that we gotta dive into. But let's jump into this one, Sam, man, because this one hits a little close to home because we actually interviewed this lady named Star Marie, and she was the lady maybe a couple years now that came out with a lot of allegations against Cardi B. And one of the videos and interviews that she did, you know, she did it on Tasha K's show, and that got millions and millions of views. That actually got the attention of Cardi B to the point where they just got out of a week-long trial, and Cardi B won the case. And Tasha K, according to numerous sources, is going to have to fork up $1.2 million in general damages and $250,000 in medical expenses. Now, she came out with a lot of false allegations against Cardi B at the time. You know, said she had herpes. She said some stuff about her sex life, and it got on Cardi B's radar. Cardi B took her to court and won. Sam at 1.2 in general damages and $250,000 in medical expenses. Tasha K is forced to pay, and she was found liable on 3 separate claims.
Glad it ain't us. That's my first reaction, my initial reaction. Glad it ain't us, because this is the dangerous part about people having the ability to go and distribute whatever they want. And say what you want about her distribution is on the level to where she garners that kind of attention. Now, the content people can talk about, and at the time when that went down, like you said, we were in conversations also having the woman that was on her show, and we knew to kind of early on knew to kind of play a fine line with this situation because of the content that was being distributed, because of the content that was being given to the people and the allegations against Cardi B. We knew, all right, we got to ask a certain kind of question, formed a certain kind of way to get the information we're looking for, so it don't look like we're on here smearing this woman, because we already know years down the line from a legality standpoint where that goes, and it's here. And 1.25 million later, and what you said, extra 250 to add throw onto that. Glad it ain't us.
Yeah, and it wasn't going to be us because, like you said, we moved, you know, how we're supposed to move. And one thing, you know, about what we do, whether you want to call it podcasting, journalism, vlogging, you know, one thing about being a good interviewer is knowing, like, having a hunch of what's going on. Like, all right, this person might just be a little bit full of shit here, so let's move a certain way. Like, we had people come in here with all types of allegations. We recorded it, but we never put it out because we honestly, you know, just had like a film like, and that's what you get, like talking to anybody. Like, you know, you could be talking to your children, your girlfriend, whatever the case may be, and you kind of know if somebody's full of shit. That's just being a person and having experiences, you know, with people. And when we actually started watching, and we got a chance to watch the interview in preparation for our interview with Star Marie, we kind of seen like, I think Shorty might just be, she may not be telling the truth on everything that she's saying.
Holes and a lot of leaks.
Right. And then on the other hand, you got the host, you know, putting a lot of ad-libs in there, insinuating things, putting things, you know, in the press, you know, whether it be verbally, you know, or written out there as fact when it's not. The only truth against slander, the only defense against slander and libel is the truth. Tasha K wasn't able to bring the truth behind the claims that she made about Cardi B having herpes and some other claims. Now, Cardi B did come out, you know, and said that she was suicidal at a point in time. We argued that back and forth. We tossed that back and forth on the table and kind of, you know, we chopped it up too. Maybe, yeah, possibly it could be that, or just trying to build the case to get where we're at now. You got to put, it has to be emotional distress, has to be some type of loss. So what happened? You know, you lost here, you was about to kill yourself and all that. $1.2 million. Now, I think she got it. I think Tasha K got it, but who wants to pay that out? I mean, you want to be on YouTube collecting your earnings, and I'm sure she has a staff. You got to pay his staff. You don't want no 1.25 hanging over you. You don't want that. So a lesson. I always say it's going to be a lesson. Hopefully people take heed to this and like, think because you hide behind your computer and you don't show your face and you publishing these stories out there and making stuff up about people, they can't come track you down and slap a lawsuit on you. Now, maybe you ain't got 1.2 million, but maybe you got 20 or 30. And, you know, if you get on somebody's radar for putting out false information, they can come back and sue you, and this proves it.
I just see Cardi getting off the stand after talking about suicide, and her and her lawyer looking at each other like, we got to actually 250 out this bitch from this. Gotta like, yeah, set it up perfect, laid it out perfect. And this is a lesson to people getting into this game. First off, you never know who's going to see your shit.
Yeah.
Be careful that whatever you put out there is honest. And and this is another thing, if it came out to be true, and this is Tasha K's lane, then she has all the right to do what she did, even as distasteful as people may do in their opinion. If it came out to be true, then it's all right. Once it's false and it's not real, and you kind of steer a narrative that's not fair, not legitimate, not authentic, it's slander. And by law, Cardi B got exactly what she deserved. It's crazy.
Yeah, and you know, it puts a bad stain too on other people, because now everybody think that everybody's like this. Like, people like to put you into the no offense, you know, like a Shade Room or whatever, one of those joints. Even though Shade Room puts out a lot of great content, some of the stuff obviously we all see what it is, but you know, you just gotta try to just differentiate yourself from other people and just do it right. Sometimes you're gonna make mistakes, yes. Sometimes you might not have the whole story, but just always try to be integral with it. And that's all we try to do here, man. But big loss for Tasha K. Big win for Cardi. Maybe she'll go buy another chain or something. Buy her daughter a chain or something with that, iced out chain or something, man.
I'm sure we'll know about it. I'm damn sure she'll probably throw it all over social media. You know what I mean? And it's a chapter closed from a case that we seen years ago kind of shape up and do what it does. Unlike some other cases, we won't go into that right now, but certain cases just a fucking pair. But anyway, we're gonna talk about one case, man. Nipsey Hussle, man. Rest in peace to the late great Nipsey Hussle, who passed away almost 3 years now.
Yeah.
As crazy as that is, March 31st, 2019. Well, the LAPD is in the news today. Oh God, by way of all.
Said, oh God, you the man, Cass. I spit white like a clan mask, and I'm a hustler. I could stand out on the beach and sell sandbags. Some things can't last, but this ain't just a podcast. This is Sam Ant and oh God, Cass. Hip hop uncensored is the vibe, so subscribe. Hip hop uncensored is the vibe, so subscribe. Oh God, driving Sam Ant riding passenger side, and you heard it out the mouth of the greatest rapper alive. Hip hop uncensored is the vibe, so subscribe. Hip hop uncensored is the vibe, so subscribe. Oh God, driving Sam Ant riding passenger side, and you heard it out the mouth of the greatest rapper alive. Go gang.